All right. You watched the last one, even if you didn't. This is part two, different topic, same day, same night. 2 a.m. right now. This one, I'm gonna make this one about mental health. Okay. So since I was yay big, I've had like these blackout spasms. Like even when I was little, used to like black out and like get aggressive and like sometimes hit people, sometimes whatever. I don't know if it has to do with my dad being 100% crack baby, and then some of that like got put onto me, or whatever's in the blood. I don't know, but I feel like a little off at times. I don't know, like I can switch on a dime. Like I'll be happy, and then you say the wrong thing, it's over. So, and I'm really trying to just fight it without like having to take pills or having to take this and that. Like I'm just trying to get to a point where I'm like cool. Like I feel like I've definitely lost the whole like blacking out and like hitting people and like anger, and like I don't like to just like black out, like tweak on people like I used to. But I definitely still have the like quick like reaction, like you know, I don't just sit there and just like really just try to like breathe, relax, and whatnot. So yeah, I would say mental health is like definitely my biggest issue in like not life, but within just my own self. Like if I didn't have the mental, like these mental whatever, I probably would be better in my relationship. I would, well, you know, I would probably be better in a lot of things. It would just be better off if I didn't have the issue. Like a lot of normal people don't think I think. Like things bother me that don't bother like a lot of people. And I know that. I'm aware of it. I'd like to not be bothered. Um, but it's there. And unfortunately, probably until the next life, it'll never be a perfect thing for me, obviously. Some people don't have this problem. Some people have other problems, like being fat as fuck, or I don't know. What are the problems people have? Other problems. But mine is mental health. So I don't have a lot of advice to give somebody else who has mental health, but I would say try to, like, there was a phase where I was like doing pretty good and I felt like all around like pretty solid. Like my mental health was away, but I was smoking weed, and that numbs the pain and that numbs all the thinking that goes on inside of my brain. That's why I've smoked weed for so long, because at a certain point I realized what it was doing for me and I liked the benefits of it. Yes, it was making me, I'm not sober being able to do this. So yeah, like, oh, like, take off brownie points because whatever. But in some aspects, it helped. I learned, but I'm learning that I can live without, you know, and and weed is not it's not the answer. But then again, I don't think pills are either. Pills aren't the answer either. I don't think taking anxiety pills and all of this is any really much better, honestly. If I'm gonna do this shit, I wanna do it with nothing. No help. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that I eventually will. But my advice to someone who has mental health would be get the fuck outside. Get a job. Feel like you have purpose. I would say go to the gym. Go for walks. Get a bike. Buy a bike. Ride a bike to the gym. Make YouTube videos. Try to speak about something that you think would help somebody. You know, just talk. Let it out. You know what I'm saying? Just let out whatever you have inside. You know what I'm saying? Boxing. Get your anger out. Burn yourself out. Feel the pain. Enjoy the mental. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this, it'll be gone one day and it'll be well worth it that I had to go through feeling like I was an oddball because I felt or thought differently or believed in different things or this or that, or people couldn't understand me because we don't think the same or because they grew up differently, or, you know, I don't know, you know, I have like, I don't know. And like, I know my dad grew up without a dad, but growing up without a dad, like I watch other people who have dads, friends who have dads, you know, mostly like everybody has their dad in their life, is how I feel. And then I'm just sitting here like, damn, the fuck is wrong with my bloodline? But I just feel like if I had like a man in my life, father figure, my dad, and like had like a, you know, I mean, he's the source. He's the one with the fucking problem. So maybe, but that's the thing. He's so far off that I can't even fucking speak to him because he's 50 times worse than me. And I'm not even bad in comparison to him. So I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, I don't know. It hits different when you don't know your dad. You know what I'm saying? I think that like that definitely leaves like some damage. Like there's things that a mom can teach you and only so much, you know? And then at the end of the day, she's a woman. You need a man who's gonna teach you how to do a flat tire, how to cut your hair, you know, manly things, you know what I'm saying? Like build something, put something together, you know, fix a car, just manly things, you know. When you're raised by women, like, you know, you don't have that. But anyways, like I said, I would say if you have mental health, you know, I had a therapist too. See, it was cool, but then again, it's just like I feel like okay, so my insurance company is paying you how much ever money for you to talk to me for X amount of minutes, and then after that, you're on to the next client. Like I don't want to just be looked at as a client or a paycheck. Like I'm not just here just because. Like I'm having a hard time even wanting to talk to you in the first place. So the fact that I feel like this is artificial even more, like I'm good. I'd rather meet somebody in the sauna at the gym, a random person, and spark up a conversation there and or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I just don't like fake things. And I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I'm just way different than the pack, you know what I mean? Like the rest. And I don't know, I overthink a lot. I have a lot of like I just mental health in your head, you know what I'm saying? Like, like sit on a topic for days. I don't know how to let go. I'm trying. I'm trying to let go. I'm gonna get there. I just need to keep being busy, stay consistent with what I'm saying. I can't just say this shit on YouTube and then not try to follow through with the actions tomorrow. You know, like hopefully next weekend I'm free and I can go to like, do some like I don't know, maybe either study the meeting or maybe if they're open in person, go do that. Like I don't know. I need to. And the thing with me too is I always have to keep my mind busy. And if I keep my mind busy, I don't overthink. And like, I don't know, like I just feel like I have to exhaust myself. Like I have to like work all day or I have to work out all day or I have to do something the whole day. So then when I get in bed, I don't sit there and like overthink, or you know what I mean? Like I just have to like go, go, go. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know. You know, either way, I'll figure it out. But all I gotta say is my advice is if you have mental health, I'm not, even close to figuring it out or saying that I'm better. But so far, what I've learned would be, you know, I don't know if it's beneficial for everybody, but I think like exhausting yourself if you really have like an overthinking problem, or like you're bipolar, or like this or that. Like I think if you can just try to like keep your mood in like check by doing things all day, every day, and keep it pushing to the point where you've done so much exhausting yourself that hopefully eventually when you get to, 4 or 5, 6 months down the road, that you're so exhausted that you forget everything that you used to overthink about and things like that. And what used to be the old problem isn't the problem. Now there's a new problem, but the new problem you can handle better because you haven't, you know, what I'm saying? I don't know, things like that. I would say read books, but I can't really preach on that because I don't read books because I can't fucking sit still because I have ADHD as well. So, like, that's a different topic. But yeah, mental health wise, I would just say try to love yourself as much as you can, as best as possible. Get close with God, work out. It'll make you feel good burning that sweat, exhausting yourself. Get a job. And other than that, I would say those are probably the main ones for me, at least, and maybe for a few people. And yeah, I think I might make either one or two more of these, and then I'm done for today. But this is it for the mental health video. Thank you.